Hello students and welcome to Unit 1. Let's take a look at our workload for this unit. You'll first notice that you'll want to double check and make sure that you have read the course syllabus, the course announcements, and that you do have a copy of the course textbook. You will want to complete everything in Unit 0 before continuing in Unit 1 because that is where you download and install the software required, set up a connection, and download the student files you will need in this unit. In Unit 1, we will be reading Chapters 1 and 2 in the textbook. I have posted PowerPoints that came with the textbook for both of those chapters. Those may or may not prove to be helpful to you. It depends on what type of learner you are. But the PowerPoints do not replace the reading. You definitely will need to read each assigned chapter in its entirety or you will miss information that you need to complete the assignments and quizzes. Chapter 1 is an overview of things that you hopefully talked about in the prerequisite course. Things like what is a relational database, what is database design, how do you read an entity relationship model, how do objects relate to each other, and what is the purpose of SQL. I do want to make sure that you understand the concepts from Chapter 1, so if you have any questions, let me know. For the duration of this course, we are going to be working with a fictional company called Just Lee Books. One of the first things in Chapter 1 that you will see is an ER diagram for that database. I have posted a link here to the ER diagram that appears in the textbook. If you click on the link, you can view the diagram. It is important that you understand that these boxes are entities and they will be translated into tables in the database. The words that are inside the boxes are known as attributes and they will be the fields in the tables. And then the lines between the entities designate relationships. Make sure that you understand what a one-to-one relationship is, a one-to-many relationship, and a many-to-many relationship. And then take the time to become familiar with these tables and the types of data that we have in the database that we are going to be using this semester. At the beginning of Chapter 2, you will be asked to run one of the student files that you were asked to download and save in Unit 1. That file will create the Just Lee Books database that you will need for the remainder of the course. In addition to the instructions that I've posted here, and you will want to read all of those, I've also posted a video that will walk you through the process of opening the software and executing the SQL script file. Be sure that you do view that video. When you've read all the assigned reading, you do have a hands-on assignment here, and that will be found at the end of Chapter 2. There's a description here that you will want to read. You will write some SQL commands, save them in a file, and submit that file to me. I would like all of your homework to be saved in one file. And I have asked that you use these naming conventions when you're saving your file. Your name, underscore, and then a 1 because this is Unit 1. I've provided an example of how your assignment file might look with this link up here. I do expect that you will have some comments in the script file you submit so that your file is well documented. For example, you will include your name, the name of the course, and then the name of the unit and the chapter. There will be 10 to 12 problems and you will want to include a comment to number each problem. Obviously the code that you see in this example is not the solution to your homework. They're just statements that are provided strictly for demonstration purposes. In a script file, a double dash, two dashes side by side, designate a single line of comments. For comments that span across multiple lines, you start them with a slash and a star, and then end it with a star and a slash. And your textbook reading does go over that. In this sample, --1 allows the software to identify that line as a comment and not as executable code. So that's how I'm numbering my problems. At the top of the file, I did choose to use 2 dashes at the beginning of each line to designate comments. I could have just as easily began up here with a slash and a star, which I also like to call a splat, and then all the way down here at the end of my comments end it with a splat and a slash. Make sure that you run the entire script file before you submit it to verify that it runs successfully, and please do save your file with the naming conventions that I've asked for. So when you're ready to submit your assignment, you will click on the Unit 1 assignment link to open the submission area. You'll see the description again here. Where it says Attach File, click on Browse My Computer and direct it to where you have your file saved. Click on it, say Open. It will populate in here, and then make sure that you go down to the end of the page and click on Submit. Finally, there will be a multiple choice quiz over the reading from chapters 1 and 2. You are allowed to attempt the quiz multiple times, and your highest score is what will be recorded in the gradebook. I've indicated the number of questions, the time limit, and the allowed number of attempts in the quiz instructions, so you can read that here. So that is our workload for Unit 1. Good luck. It's exciting and fun to start doing some coding in SQL. I look forward to seeing you again in Unit 2.